I thrift around the entire state of Michigan except for north of me until today.
I need a pair of sunglasses. I forgot to bring my sunglasses, but I need like big sunglasses. I don't see
I'm
any.
about an hour north of home because I was supposed to go to a salon closing sale, but they rescheduled at the last minute. But I decided to stick with my original plan, and I'm thrifting in West Branch, and then I'm heading to Houghton Lake, and then I'll head back down to Clare.
Check out both of those.
And then over to Mount Pleasant, and then home.
Now, I was just here a week ago. This is only my second time ever being at this thrift store. And I only had like a really limited amount of time. Like I think I had like 15 minutes. So I didn't record at all. But they had a lot of stuff, so this has clips. So I wanted to come back, especially because of the type of items that they put out, and then their prices are really good.
That tinted case of hot rollers, those are the Remington Body Waves, and those used to sell really well for me, and they've slowed down, especially if they don't have the clips. And bear with me, guys, I am a little under the weather. It was so crazy yesterday. My throat started hurting just a little bit, and my nose was kind of running, and then I was full-blown sick by like 7 p.m. But I still want to stay on my YouTube schedule and get this video out for you guys. I get asked a lot who is buying used hairbrushes and combs, and I don't know, but I really appreciate them. They do sell. This is my latest used hairbrush/comb sale. This little pink brush is a Stanley brush. Stanley is a really great brand to keep an eye out for, and I'm just checking this out to make sure that there are no broken bristles or any damage.
I think for 50 cents I'll pick this up.
Since mine is vintage and pink, I'm going to ask $25.
That's a Stanley comb.
I like to clean my combs and brushes by just putting them on the top shelf in my dishwasher and running my dishwasher. Definitely proceed with caution on that one, but I have never had any issues at all cleaning them that way. I used to not clean them at all, but they definitely picture better and sell faster if they look clean. I almost didn't look these up because my brain automatically went to they were priced way too high, but I'm so glad I did. Both of them are brand new. I paid $4 a piece for these, and I listed them together, and I have them priced at $145 or best offer. I just found out this morning that eBay has updated their used perfume policy, and you can now list used spray perfumes in the collectibles category. Now, this is a new change. I just received 4 policy violations 2 weeks ago for doing the exact same thing. I line up all of these cleaning products just to check them out, see if any of them are worth anything. Now, I do scan them, but I don't pick up any of those, but I know this is discontinued. Obviously, if there were more of them, I would be making way more off of this sale, but just that single one should sell for somewhere around $15. So keep an eye out for the Glade scents and spray refills. I'm at Houghton Lake now, and I've already stopped at 2 other stores, but I didn't find anything, so I didn't share any of that footage with you guys. Now they have this big bin full of combs and hairbrushes, so I'm gonna look through this one again. On average, I'd say I make about $100 a month, some months more, off of just used hairbrushes and combs. Now this one is a goodie, this one is vintage, so I'm definitely gonna pick this one up, especially for only a quarter. So this is really small town living in all of these little towns that I go to today. And these thrift stores have free stuff all lined up outside. There are tables and bookshelves full of free items. This is definitely something you would only see in small town America. And I swear I looked for other items this day, but all I bought were beauty products. That was all that I bought this entire day. Everything that I picked up fit on the floorboard of my passenger side of my car. And I spent less than $100. This is the first bag that I kind of set aside because I see that Bath & Body Works vintage glycerin soap, and then there's some Bath & Body Works aromatherapy in that bag, so I leave that one aside. That one looks good, so I set that aside. I have so much of this Bath & Body Works listed right now, and it hasn't moved, so I'm not too sure if I want to pick that up or not. I've sold these hairsprays before in the mini travels, so I picked those up. I figure I'm going to price them $10 or best offer, and I list this one for $26 or best offer. I did pick up 2 of those bags, and they had some pretty good items in them. Not anything that was worth any crazy money, but I'll definitely make some good money off of them. I paid $5 a bag for the 2 that I did purchase.
Okay guys, I'm at Habitat for Humanity. I found this. I'm gonna pick this up, and then I just looked up this spray, so I think I'm gonna pick that up as well. Oh, maybe not. It's 3.5 off.
I don't know what I was thinking. I should have picked these up.
Oh, I think I'm gonna pass.
Y'all set? Yeah. Okay.
This is the back room at the Habitat for Humanity out in Houghton Lake, and it makes me realize how I do not go to my Habitat for Humanity as often as I should. So I definitely need to add that back into my daily stops. Okay guys, still in Houghton Lake, and this is like a little mom and pop thrift shop, and they obviously, I'm going to assume they kind of knew that they had something here to price these at $5 a piece. And I don't know enough about Bratz dolls to spend $5 each on these. There's so many different releases of these dolls, and like I said, I just don't know enough, and I felt like that was kind of high. I believe there were 11 dolls, so it would have cost me a little over $60 after tax to purchase all of them, so I did not pick those up. Talk about a lot of work. Every single little toy is in a plastic bag with a price. I can't even imagine the time this took. And then this just makes me so happy to see all of these thrift stores that have so much health and beauty items out on the floor, that they're not just tossing these and they're actually putting them out. So a lot of this stuff ends up being Avon, and I've looked up a lot of Avon items in the past, so I kind of know what not to look up. So I do put aside stuff that I have never seen before, or brands that I've never seen before, but there really is no quick way to look through this stuff. I basically scan anything that has a barcode, and anything that doesn't, I will type in the name to see if I can find something similar or the exact same item. I probably spent 30 minutes looking this stuff up. You just never know what has been discontinued. Something could be in a newer package and it's a discontinued item worth quite a bit of money, or something could be in an older package and it's not worth anything. So this is definitely a category that takes a lot of research, and it takes a lot of time when you find it at the thrift store, especially many aisles like this that are packed full of items. Majority of these items were brand new. A lot of them were sealed, and then anything that was in a box, they taped the item to the box so that people weren't taking stuff out of the box and probably mixing it up, which I thought was a really good idea. I've never seen that before. The Healing Garden is always a brand that I look up whenever I find it, and I believe that body spray I can get somewhere around $30 for it. It is used. It's probably about 85% full. And when I list used items like that, I basically just eyeball it and say, you know, it's about 80% full. Sometimes I will put it on a scale and show the weight of the item as well in my listing. This is the older style Bath & Body Works packaging, so I do look this one up, and brand new they're selling for $20, so I do not pick that up. That one might be worth $10 at best, and it'd probably take forever to sell over on Mercari. Now, most of these perfumes look like they're pretty generic, but because I've never seen them before, I do look them up, and usually what I do is I'll use Google Image, which I just take a picture in my Google app, and it'll throw up any comps for me, show what it's currently listed for, and if any are out of stock on Google, that means that they have sold, and then I'll investigate a little bit further, but none of those were worth anything. I do pick up both of these pore reducers. These are by Avon, but these sell for around $20 for me, and they usually don't last very long. So for $2, I go ahead and pick those up. And I've mentioned this in a video in the past, I always go through aisles 2 times when they're packed like this with beauty items. It's really easy to look something over when there's this many items on one shelf, especially how small some of these items are. Hair removers always sell for me, and I've never seen spray on Nair, so I go ahead and grab that bottle, but I do comp it out, and it's, I believe, a current item, so I go ahead and put that one back eventually. And then none of these hot rollers are really selling. I have these ones currently listed, and they've been listed for a while now, so I don't pick those up. I didn't record, but I also stop at a bunch of little hair salons looking for discontinued products at the salons. In smaller towns like this, that's definitely a possibility to find some of those items. I did find one discontinued Redken item, and I also stop at any little mom and pop pharmacies or grocery stores looking for discontinued items as well. And then I head to Claire. This is always a spot that I've wanted to check out, but I'm never really in the area. It's kind of far from home, and it's north of home, and I really don't travel north too often, but this is a discount grocery store, and I'm obviously looking for discontinued items.
Okay guys, I am literally in the middle of nowhere. I'm stopping at this discount grocery store is what Google says it is. I don't know. We'll find out.
So everything in this grocery store is heavily discounted because it's either expired, close to the expiration date, or the packaging is damaged. And I end up spending $30 here, and most of it is for home. I can't believe how cheap some of this stuff is. They really didn't have too many health and beauty items, but I did ask, and I was told that they do get a lot of hair products and cleaning products. They just never know when they're gonna come in because they don't know what's on the pallets. Now, I did buy a bunch of the Skinny Pop for 85 cents a bag. I think I ended up picking up like 8 bags of this. The Mountain Dew is the only thing that I pick up to resell. I pay 85 cents a bottle, and people are selling a 6-pack for around $40 with free shipping, so I figure why not? It's worth a try. The bad thing is I only have until September 30th to sell this because it will be expired. And you cannot sell anything expired on eBay that people consume or people put on their bodies. And I made it to the last town of the day. I'm in Mount Pleasant, and they have a ton of beauty products as well. So what I do first is I go through really quick and I'm looking for anything that I've sold before or anything that I know that I should pick up or anything that I want to pick up. And then I will go back through with a fine-tooth comb, kind of scan majority of the products and look majority of them up and decide what I'm going to throw in the cart and not throw in the cart. In this store, the aisles are really small, so I'm trying to just fill up my cart with items that I think might be worth something, and then I'm going to go find a different spot to actually look them up. Arbonne is always a pickup. At the very least, I should look it up. I also looked that up because that is a brand I've never seen before, but I do end up putting that one back. And I don't know if I should have picked this one up. I didn't even look it up. I just assumed and I purchased it. It's White Tea and Ginger Bath & Body Works Pleasures, which is the older line, and that is a lotion, but it looks like brand new. They're selling for around $18, so that might be a hard sale. I always look up anything Olay, especially anything that has to do with wrinkles, so I definitely throw that one in the cart, but I end up putting it back. Unfortunately, it's not discontinued or a very desirable item. And when you come across a large lot of items like this, don't skip over the cheaper brands, the stuff that you would just see at like a Rite Aid, like Neutrogena, Olay, Suave. You just never know. Even those brands have certain items that have like a cult following that people will pay a lot of money for. I love when items have barcodes. I scanned both of those little tubes, and neither one of those are selling for very much at all. I also look up anything that's different, so that Jolly Rancher, I'm not too sure what it was over there, but I do scan that. So at first, I assumed that this is a Elizabeth Taylor White Diamonds because of the packaging, and I don't see that this says Victoria's Secret at first, but I do come back to it because I keep thinking about it.
You too, thank you.
I actually got to meet 2 followers in this store, and if you ever see me out and about, even if I have my Thrifting RBF face on, come say hi. I love chatting with my followers. So I end up accidentally purchasing this bag for $5. I realize when I get home that I didn't take it out of the cart, but there are 2 lipsticks in there that I should be able to sell to get my money back. Now, I do end up purchasing all 3 of these for 99 cents a piece, and I am listing these for $30 or best offer plus shipping. Now, right away, I see the Lisa Frank pencil in here, but I don't see any more, and I don't see any other pencils that would make this bag worth purchasing. I do move the pencils around quite a bit and try to see if there's anything else in there, but I do end up putting this back on the shelf. They have this Wearing Pro hot dog warmer. It's the little bars that rotate and keep the hot dogs nice and hot. And they want $40 for it. Kind of bummed. I thought for sure that would be a great pickup, but price too high.
Okay guys, this is the last stop. Well, maybe. We'll see. I'm in Mount Pleasant and this is the Goodwill. Gosh, they want $5 each for these. I don't know. I'll have to look these up. These are Philosophy. So I don't know if I'm gonna go home after this or if I'm gonna run to Midland. I don't know. It's kind of on the way home. I'm gonna look this up. So I guess it just depends. But it's Friday, so I already know neither one of my daughters are home. My husband just texted me that he was gonna pick up pizza since it was just the two of us, so I don't have to cook anything. So I honestly don't have to be home until he gets home, so we can eat dinner together and relax. I'm gonna look that up. I think I need to look this up too. I usually look up Yardley, but I've looked this up before and I know it doesn't sell. So I have to check his schedule and see what time he is scheduled to be home. Made in Italy. Definitely look this up too. I just threw everything in the cart and I'm gonna look it up eventually because my service is like kind of patchy here. So I just found all of these. This is a really good brand. So I'm gonna grab all of these.
These don't end up being good sellers and their price
There's
too
a
high.
ton. I think they might be $4 each. Actually, you know what? I think I missed one of them on the top shelf as well.
I ended up grabbing the Victor lotion, one of the Philosophy perfumes, and then these two products right here. I'm probably going to add this little thrifting rotation into my rotations that I currently have and probably do this little circuit about once every 2 months. Okay, you guys, look how I sound. So I'm using this old video of myself and just doing a voiceover because there's no way I'm going downstairs to record an outro. But I did want to ask you guys, so I picked up this vintage deodorant. It's a crystal and you wet the crystal and then you put it on your armpits as deodorant. I was just wondering if anybody has seen anything like that before. I assumed it was a gel until I opened it and I was kind of blown away. And again, I did look for other products to sell. I just didn't find any, and I would really love to niche down to only selling these small beauty and cleaning products, but I'm definitely not going to pass up any profits if I see other items. Now, because all of these thrift stores are in a small town, that's why I had mentioned that I might do this loop like once every 2 months, possibly more like once every 3 months, and definitely not in the winter because north of me, they get hit a lot harder with snow and ice. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. So my next video on Thursday will probably be a what sold video just so I can take another couple days to get better. And then my Saturday video, which is usually my bonus video, that will be my normal video, and that's where I will show you guys my space. It is pretty much all done. So I'm really excited to show you guys how I store my items and my new little setup. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all of you, and I will definitely see you guys on my next video on Thursday.